time for your main event of the evening. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, and it is for the WMC MAD World Championship. Let's welcome in the first contestant fighting out of the blue corner and making his way to the ring. Let's welcome Asa 10.
As an empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. The water can flow, can crash. Be water, my friend.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Oh my God, guys. I thought we had a lot of energy for that last fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Asa, the American Ninja, TenPow.
Wow. This place is just erupting with energy. Asa TenPow fighting in his home state, his own backyard, the American Ninja, Glory, Newcomer of the Year 2019, 6-1 in Glory, fought in IFMAs, fought all over the world. Now he's here fighting the legend, Kevin the Soul Assassin Ross.
This might be one of the first times that Kevin Ross does not have the crowd in his favor. You know, Asa TenPow owns this arena right now. We'll see if Kevin Ross can change that during the fight.
And we will see, because I know we got a lot of, even the Asa fans love Kevin Ross. So, like you said, it might be, again, another Rocky IV where they start chanting one name, but they might finish chanting another name.
Absolutely.
This is Asa's home state, too, to give him a little more benefit of the doubt. But, man, I can't believe we have one more fight
After that fight.
This is insane.
And this fight, we expect to be as good, if not better, than the last fight.
They've got a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think these two fighters are very capable of living up to that, but they have a lot to live up to after that last fight.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner and making his way to the ring. Let's welcome Kevin Ross.
Kevin Ross, the Soul Assassin. 40 years old, will be 41 next month.
Red one.
45 wins, 13 losses. This man is a walking, living legend. He's fought the best of the best. Malapet, Yamato, Sanchai, Kang Ang. And he is making his way in the ring.
I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but we're about to call a Kevin Ross fight right
Bro,
now.
we're all fans right now. In this moment, we are all fans.
I'm over here dancing. I am so pumped. I can't believe this. This is honestly no BS. Triumphant has put on one of the best Muay Thai shows in the United States ever.
Hands down, I can't disagree with you. I've been a part of a lot of Triumphant shows, but I've never felt one with the energy that Triumphant 11 is bringing to the stage right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, and it is for the WMC MAD 140-pound World Championship, brought to you by Muay Thai Addicts. And now, for those in attendance here at the James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida, and for those watching the live stream at home on Fight, get up and let's get live! Introducing it first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man walks in with a professional record of 11 wins, 2 defeats. His official weight, 139.8 pounds. Fighting out of West Palm Beach, Florida, I give you your 2013 Golden Glove champion, ISKA IKF tournament champion, the American Ninja Asa TenPow! And his opponent out of the red corner, this man walks in with a professional record of 45 victories, 14 defeats. His official weight, 139.6 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your current WMC Intercontinental Super Lightweight Champion, the Soul Assassin, Kevin Ross. And when the action begins, the third man in the ring, JJ, Josh Guerrero.
This energy is nuclear
WMC
right
Championship. Give me a clean, fair fight. Protect yourself at all times and always obey my commands. Touch them up.
It's been a while, 5 years since Kevin Ross has been in a 5-round title fight. Asa TenPow has been doing glory, so it's been all 3-round fights for the last couple of years. This has the potential to go 5 as Kevin Ross seals the ring, potentially, possibly, for the last time ever. He has hinted that this possibly might be his last fight. I have a feeling, though, with a guy like Kevin Ross, you can never guarantee any kind of retirement.
Kevin Ross is the epitome of a Muay Thai fighter. I mean, you know, he's been the face of American Muay Thai for probably going on a decade right now. But out of anyone I've ever been in contact with in the fight game, he epitomizes a Muay Thai fighter.
Yes. Respected in Thailand as much as he is in America.
Absolutely.
Probably the most respected American Muay Thai fighter in Thailand.
Without a doubt.
He's going to do a Ram Moy right now.
Oh, see, guys, you guys are in for a treat here. This is the first time we've had this on this event, but both fighters are going to go ahead and complete the full ceremony. David, give us a little insight about what's going on right now.
Well, fighters are playing a Ramway right now. Fighters usually enter over the ropes because in Thai culture, the head is considered holy, the feet considered dirty. They pay homage to their teachers, their instructors, their family, their God, the king itself, you know. And a lot of fighters can be identified by the type of Y crew they perform. And so Kevin Ross is doing his Y crew right now, paying respects to north, south, east, and west, wearing the ceremonial mongkong and the prajit on his arm, and of course the malai over his neck. The Y crew represents a lot about culture and family, and the second part of this will be the Ramui, the fight dance itself. They are playing the Y crew music right now. And Kevin Ross performing the Y crew. Beautiful, beautiful ceremony that you see a lot of times, and you see in all Thai fights in Thailand. And Kevin Ross keeping that tradition here on Triumphant 11.
Rich, you were pointing out something about the music potentially not being correct.
So this is the actually music for round 1. Not the Ram Moy music, but another fun little fact too. In Thailand, gambling is so heavy, and typically they will judge the fighter by the quality of their Ram Moy.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and I've heard this, you know, and you guys can verify that usually the first 2 rounds are kind of slow to kind of initiate betting between the crowds.
That's typically because of the betting, because of the scoring. It's going to be called a draw those first 2 rounds, so they save their energy, let the bets build, and then really fight 3, 4, 5. I don't think we're going to see that here tonight.
We're not going to see that on this one because, first of all, we're not doing live betting in the arena. I'm sure their friends are betting on this one amongst themselves.
And all rounds are going to be scored equally.
So this is going to be
We only do 1-minute rounds.
a world title fight between Asa TenPow, the American Ninja in the black and red, and the Soul Assassin, Kevin Ross, in the purple shorts. I am Brandon Kyle alongside David Huey, Richard Abraham, Primo Bellarosa. We are calling this main event at Triumphant 11, the James Knight Center, in association presented by Muay Thai Addict. Big shout outs to Deep CBD. Big shout outs to Shannon Sagan Law Firm. Big shout outs to Golden Era, Muay Thai Apparel. Thanks for the sponsorships, but it is time to get to business here as these boys start to kind of feel each other out. A couple nice outside leg kicks from Ross so far. Some nice hands coming from Asa TenPow so far.
Pretty standard and true to form. Asa leading with the hands. Ross getting the low kicks in. Ross moving forward. Asa moving backwards.
Now, I know Asa's a confident fighter, but when you're standing there in front of one of your idols, one of your legends, there's got to be a moment of pause where you think to yourself, oh my God, I'm in the ring right now with Kevin Ross.
Yeah, you know, and what do they say, though? Kill your heroes, right?
Yeah, you have to. Eventually, you fight them, right? Mm-hmm. And this is what Asa is. He told me in the interview, he said, as soon as I entered the ranks with these guys and their weight classes, I said, these guys are the best, and I want to be that guy. I want to be considered the best, and if I have to beat these guys to do it, that's what I'm going to do, and that's what he says he plans on doing here tonight.
No, there's not a bit of fear in Asa TenPow.
You can see him walking forward. Super calm and collective, using his boxing as countering. He's doing a great job. He landed a couple really sneaky elbows as well.
He's working those nice uppercuts from the rear, too. Asa TenPow very confident in his hands. And Kevin Ross still moving out of range every once in a while and feeling him out with those leg kicks.
Yeah, good kicks from Kevin Ross so far. Great hands. And we asked him, you know, you had to develop your boxing, being in glory, not being using clinch and elbows. Do you plan on using that? He said, I plan on using everything, but definitely the boxing that I've been working on the last couple of years is going to come into play in this fight. Nice teep.
I'd like to see Kevin get back to chopping that leg a little bit. I think that's going to take some of the movement out of Asa.
And you see right there, as you say it, chops a nice leg kick, does Kevin Ross. Spinning heel kick misses, kind of hits the arm of Kevin Ross.
First, and that's one of the special things about Asa TenPow. He can throw out one of those spinning kicks at any given moment.
Gotta always be, ooh, nice hand combination lands, but, you know, again, Kevin Ross is one of those guys, unless he's sleeping or dead, he's not going to look like he's being affected by anything you hit him with.
Ace is doing a really good job fighting off the back foot right now. He's not getting overzealous. He's landed some good shots, but he's letting Kevin kind of walk him down and picking when to go. Oh, Kevin looked like he got hurt a little bit at the end of that round.
That last punch looked like it might have hurt Kevin a little bit right there. Might have been a little bit late, but it looked like it hurt him.
Little wobble, but it looks like he kind of regained composure, walking to the corner there.
You know what I find about Kevin? It's not easy, but he's stunnable early in a fight. And I think it's kind of before his body and his head start to harden over the course of a fight.
Well, again, Kevin is, you know, he says like he's really unfazed. He keeps the same kind of pace and attitude throughout the fight, and he hopes to wear down his opponent with that constant pressure. Asa, on the other side, uses a lot of energy early in the fight, but as we saw with Asa and Nick Chastain, he started to slow down when they fought on Triumphant years ago. That third round, Asa was walking back, taking deep breaths, and many people thought, man, if this went to the fourth and fifth with Chastain, it might go in Chastain's favor.
Right.
So if Kevin Ross can weather this early storm, we'll see if those championship rounds are going to be his later on in the fight. As we go into round number 2, Asa TenPow taking on Kevin Ross, main event, Mad WMC World title fight on the line. Nice leg kick again from Ross. Ross looks like he's turning it up a little bit here, boys.
And you can see his stance, his rhythm in his stance. He's picked up that pace a little bit. Oh, but a nice elbow from Asa.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin Ross is a Bellator kickboxing world champion as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like he doesn't have the kickboxing bounce ability that...
No, he's no slouch in the hands department.
Yes,
that's for sure. I mean, back when Kevin was getting ready for his Saenchai fight, I was able to train with him a little bit, and he was doing a lot of training with Don House at that time.
So, yeah, he's definitely got all 8 weapons developed here, and maybe he starts using them a little bit more here in this second round. Another, you see a little reddening on the outside leg of Asa TenPow. As you said, Primo, maybe that's a good strategy to get that movement down a little bit.
I think that needs to happen for Kevin to be able to pull ahead in that 3-4-5.
Nice leg kick. Speaking of leg kicks, though, TenPow, nice inside leg kicks from TenPow. More hands coming from Kevin Ross. Nice body shot. Another nice body hook from Kevin Ross. Looks like Kev has decided to consciously add more boxing to his game here in this second round.
I like how he's just kind of shooting the shots. He's not really overcommitting with them. He's kind of just popping them out there, measuring, and then waiting to drop the hammer like right there.
Nice, but took a couple nice hooks. Kevin smirked, landed a right hand of his own. Oh.
Stance change from Asa TenPow. Do you think that those leg kicks are affecting him?
It's very possible, you know. He's backing up a little bit more. Oh, but man, he's backing up with great combination counters, big shots. TenPow putting a lot of energy into these early rounds here.
You can see a deep breath from Asa TenPow after those hard, heavy punches.
Asa maybe hurt his right ankle
you
or
see a
something
little
like that.
stumble?
I did see a little stumble. I don't know if he kind of twisted it a little, but I think some of his mobility might get shot from that.
David, what are you seeing here as this kind of momentum changing back and forth in the second round?
Well, Asa's still using his boxing. He used that wing elbow to catch Kevin right now, but Kevin is just marching forward. He's finding his rhythm a little bit, and he is working those legs to try to slow down the mobility of Asa TenPow.
Yeah, Kevin definitely using more boxing in this round. Still trying to establish an outside
That leg's starting to add up. Watch the backward movement of Asa now. It's not quite as slick as it was in the first round.
Well, Asa being able to wide stance, back up, and counter with big shots is a important part of his game.
It's crazy. The tide is starting to turn. And Kevin even said that he would prefer a longer fight. And you made a great point earlier, Primo. Guys.
Oh, big elbows from Kevin Ross to end that round. These boys shake hands.
You made a great point earlier when sometimes Kevin, you know, he gets caught in the first round.
Cut open over the left eye of Kevin Ross there.
And sometimes guys, when they're first getting going, you know, their chins, their bodies aren't warmed up. But then after they get hit, they get caught a few times, all of a sudden the guy later in the fight gets an iron chin.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like, oh my God, like how can this guy all of a sudden start taking these shots?
Almost dulls the pain.
It sounds strange, and I can only describe it as the same thing will happen with liver shots sometimes. Early in a fight, it gets you, and then like your body and your head harden over the course of a fight. It just becomes used to the impact and used to the pain.
Primo, how do you have it so far after 2 rounds? The
Through
score.
2 rounds, I got it tied up. I gave the first round to Asa,
Yeah.
10-9. He was much more active. Kevin Ross used the pace that he needed to use in that second round. 10-9 easy for Ross, even going into the third.
Now, Ross has had a lot of cuts over the years.
A lot of scar tissue.
We've seen the war, and you know that's a softer tissue that's easily cut, and
Yeah.
it looks like one of the punches or elbows from Asa.
This may play a factor.
Later in the round, if it continues to open.
Did you get a look at it, Brandon? Where is it placed on his eyes?
It's right over the left eye bone, so it looks like it's going to drip to the outside.
And Asa immediately going to the elbows, immediately trying to take advantage
I
of that.
bet his corner said, hey, try
Get
to
on
open
it.
that up.
Get on it.
But does a Kevin Ross fight really even start until he's bleeding?
Until he's bleeding?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Amen to that.
Now, Kevin's a veteran. He'll get into the clinch knowing that he's cut. He'll get into the clinch to try to take that away.
Oh, tries to pick and throw. Oh, that's a big cut, though. Gosh. That's a big cut, but it looks like it's staying. Oh, he's blinking.
You can see Ross is blinking away some of the blood.
Yeah, it's a pretty big cut. I hope that that's not going to be a cut that it's really bleeding well. But you know what? Looks like JJ's going to let these guys finish this round at least. Nice elbow from TenPow. Oh, TenPow knocks into the ropes, and Kevin bounces off.
Oh, there was a high teep to the face. Landed right on that cut.
Big elbow. Ross, Kevin
Now
Ross.
Ross is down.
The blood is just pouring out.
Ross right back up, though. Looks like he's composed. Halfway through this third round, Ace is starting to pour it on. Kevin got rocked in that last exchange. It's a 10-8 round. Ooh, Asa misses barely with a killer right hand. Nice 1-2.
They need to check that.
They're going to check that cut. He's going to call a timeout.
We're going to look at that cut.
Unfortunately, I think
Close
this
it up.
fight. I think this fight might be
Could
over.
be. I'd like to see this get to the end of the round. James Guccione is the cut man. He's fantastic. He can slow that down if Ross can make it to the end of this round.
Oh!
Definitely Kevin Ross fans upset about that, but
Big win for Asa TenPow, no matter how you slice it. Evan Ross, a gentleman. He's not gonna raise a stink about that.
Kevin came back in the second round, but Asa cut him and then started pouring it on in the third.
Welcome to Muay Thai, right?
Yeah.
At any time, someone can land an elbow and they can end the fight. Whether they're winning, losing, doesn't matter.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Oh, as you see right here, the replay gets hit with the elbow, comes back with tries to hit a flying knee, does that T. Desperation spinning elbow kind of from Ross. Bang, that was the big shot that hurt him, sending him spinning down there. Let's see if we can see the...
Yeah, Asa put his right glove on top of Ross's left hand and then just pulled it down and then smashed the right elbow.
There was that teep to the face that I was talking about.
Yes, right there.
There it is. That's Muay Thai 101.
And you rarely see Asa explode with emotion. Very stoic man.
Yes.
But you see how important this is to him.
Absolutely.
Well, his mom told me Asa, his middle name is Hart. So Asa Hart. And she wanted me to say that because he showed the Asa Hart here in this fight. And wow, the fans are just...
I mean, safe to say, biggest win of Asa TenPow's career.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Incredible performance. That was, man, that was turning to be a phenomenal fight. It was still a phenomenal fight. I always want to see
I would have loved to have seen 5.
For
I
sure.
would have loved to have
For
seen
sure.
5 of it. You know, what does this mean for Kevin Ross?
I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't outclassed.
No.
It wasn't like age caught up to him.
He still has plenty left in the tank.
Yeah, I'd like to see him at least give it one more go.
Now we're going to send it to Rodolfo Roman.
I want 30 seconds in the third round for your winner by way of TKO. And now your new WFC World Champion, the American Ninja,
I'm here with your winner and WMC World Champion Asa TenPow. Asa, it was a hell of a fight. You came out, guns blazing, looked like you took that first round with the champion that Kevin Ross is. He came back in the second round, had a great round. You were able to hurt him, finish him in the third. You're usually a very stoic man, but you can see the emotion pouring out of you. What does this mean to you to do this in front of your whole crowd in Florida?
Thank you, everybody. I worked really hard for this one. I knew a lot of people were showing up. I knew a lot of people were investing in me. Thank you. Thank you.
We know that you're feeling all these emotions come out right now. We knew how important this was to you. It's been so long since you've been able to fight. You've just defeated a legend, the face of American Muay Thai for the last decade. What does it mean to you to have this fight with Kevin Ross and be able to come out victorious?
Look, Kevin's a man. Kevin's a legend. I just want to be on par with these guys. I want to be in the same category. I want to be among the peers with him. It's all I ever started when I wanted to be a pro. I wanted to be where Kevin was. I know Kevin, you know, he's still fighting, and I'm going to keep fighting Muay Thai too, and I'm going to keep raising that American Muay Thai bar, and I hope Kevin and I, you know, fuck man, I'll do it again, man, any day. But, you know, if we can work together sometime on some things, you know, man, it's a blessing. I thank you so much. I know you're not the one only to give me the opportunity, but you did say yes to have this fight with me. It means a lot. You know, you have my utmost respect, always, always.
I'm not going to ask you any more questions. I'm going to let you go celebrate with your team. You're here in Florida in your hometown. Let's hear it one more time for your new WMC Mad World title holder, Asa, the American Ninja, TenPow. Guys, I'm here with the legend, the face, like we said, of American Muay Thai for over a decade. One of the most respected Muay Thai fighters throughout the world, Kevin Ross. Kevin, you showed the heart of a champion. You know, it was a tough first round, came back, looked like you took that second round, got rocked, got a little bit of a cut in the third round, and Asa was able to kind of, you know, put on the finishing touches. You know, what does it mean to you to be able to fight at this level, this long, and represent the sport so well like you have over the years?
I'm sorry, I might get a little emotional here, but all I ever wanted to do was have one fight. And I did. I turned my life around. And here I am 18 and a half years later. To see where the sport has grown to see fighters, amazing fighters like Asa and promotions like Triumphant. Only a few people knew this, but this is going to be my last fight, win, lose, or draw. I feel good knowing that I'm passing the torch along to great fighters, and I feel like the sport's in good hands, and I can leave it comfortably and happily knowing that I did, and I'm so grateful for all of you, for all the fans, my family, friends, training partners. I could be up here all day thanking everybody, but thank you for letting me live my dream in front of all you guys. It's been such an honor and such a surreal thing to do, and I'm so grateful to be here.
Talk about an honor. I think everybody here is going to agree that it was an honor to watch this man dance under the lights for the last time. If it is your last fight, we thank you so much, Kevin.
And guess what? You're not going to be far from the ring because we got a seat right there at the broadcast booth waiting for you.
Guys, let's hear it one more time for the Soul Assassin, Kevin Ross! Guys, that's going to conclude our night of fights here at Triumphant 11. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. What a show. Miami, you've been so good to us. We can't wait to come back again. Let's hear it again for Deep CBD. We got Shannon Sagan Law Firms. We have Golden Era Apparel. And, of course, Muay Thai Addict. Thank you so much for helping us put this wonderful Triumphant Card 11 together. Executed beautifully. The great commission here in Florida. The great state of Florida, the great city of Miami. We will be back, guys, on behalf of everyone here at Triumphant Combat Sports. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Get home safe.
Wow, fight fans, Triumphant 11 comes to a close after 8 professional bouts, 5 championship bouts, and this sign off by the legend himself, Kevin Ross, fighting Asa TenPow. Asa coming out victorious, becoming the WMC MAD Muay Thai Against Drugs Championship. Richard, which one was your favorite fight? We took a look at all the actions. Philip Ignacio coming out on top.
Such
Troy.
an exciting night of action.
Troy Jones. Malcolm Hill coming out victorious on that one. And this one, the Lukes, boy. A great night of action. Lucas Lisi coming out on top there. And wow, the ridiculous being so excited after this from Mr. Rhodes. And then the action comes from the ladies as Becca Irwin comes out victorious for the WMC title. Troy Trouble Jones was all trouble that night. And this, probably the fight of the night, Amai Bellafreak taking on Abraham Vidalis. Vidalis coming out, the triumphant champion. And of course, our main event, Asa TenPow versus the living legend, Kevin Ross. A great night of Muay Thai action here at Triumphant 11. Presented by Muay Thai Addict. Richard, any final thoughts or closing words from this show?
Man, what a privilege and honor to be front row at this incredible event. This has got me so pumped up. Actually, I'm going to probably go home and train right now. I'm not even going to lie. Folks, thanks for tuning in. You all experienced a Muay Thai treat. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for tuning in.